Welcome to VCTV. Hi, I'm Kristina, and I'm here at Monument National at Accelerate Montreal with the president of Zuora, Shawn Price, who just arrived in Montreal last night. Welcome to Montreal.
Thank you. It's fantastic to be here. It's almost like a homecoming. I actually lived here for a year when I was 20, so love the city and really excited about the event today.
So what do you think about Accelerate Montreal today?
It's remarkable. You know, you can feel the buzz in the air, and I think when you put together 800 entrepreneurs in a community, you can really conquer the world. I mean, there's no shortage of expertise and momentum and mentorship available to anybody who cares to reach out for it. And I'm really impressed. It's dynamic, and you can feel the buzz.
What do you think about some of our Montreal or Canadian startups?
You know, I had a chance today to go to Founder Fuel, and I talked to a number of them, and very interesting. I saw companies that have secured 160,000 consumers and are figuring out their monetization model. I saw companies that are really starting to define, you know, are they going to go the route of a formal round and build a real company, or are they going to go for a lightweight release of an application and go after that market? And it really spanned from consumer to SMB and even broader offerings across multiple markets. So I was impressed, really impressed.
And how can we actually strengthen the bonds between our different markets, let's say the Valley and some of our Canadian startups?
You know, there's a group that is called the C100, and it's actually a fantastic organization. We have 1,200 members, we have 100 charter members, and our focus is singular in that we try and help Canadian entrepreneurs with any advice or guidance we can. And we have great representation from Facebook and Google and Microsoft and almost any relevant company you can think about. And that advice could be from, you know, how do I get my first angel investment, to I'm already up and running and now I need to monetize, or, you know, I'm thinking about a Series A or B, or should I expand to Europe or not? I mean, it runs the gamut, and all of us give back because in some way, you know, no one gets to any position of prominence in this industry without a huge amount of help, and all of us want to give back in any way we can to support that.
And talking about support and accomplishments, you've done a lot yourself. Tell us about Zuora and some of your experiences right now.
Yeah, Zuora has been really interesting in that it's not a market that we've had to create. It's a market that is being driven by disruption around how companies acquire technologies. It's a movement from products to services, and the first markets to express demand were all of the SaaS companies. So they want to sell on an addition basis, try before you buy, earned loyalty, and none of the infrastructure that's gone before can solve that. And so we've picked up some incredible customers in that space, like DocuSign and Jive and Box and Marketo, and do all of their billing. And we basically help companies build, manage, and grow the subscription billing. And those markets extend to cloud, where the shift is from a reservation model to monetization across multiple units in arrears. The digital media market is under huge assault. The ad revenue is in decline. Apple owns the consumer endpoint. And so the question becomes, how do I monetize those relationships? And so they're adding Zuora. And so we've been very, very fortunate and to hit a great market segment at the right time, and with great investors and great leadership. And Teen Zuo, our founder and CEO, had a vision of this 3 years ago. Before, you know, when I joined the company when we were 30, he saw this so early, and he was so right. So we're very fortunate.
We're looking forward to seeing what happens next and with Zuora and all your next adventures to come.
Thank you so much.
It's been great meeting with you, and I hope to see you again soon.
Thank you so much for having me. Pleasure. Thanks.
Welcome to VCTV. Hi, I'm Kristina, and I'm here with Peter Bailey at Accelerate Montreal at Monument National. Nice to see you, Peter.
Nice to see you again. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. So how are things at Flow Ventures? You're the general manager. What's going on over there these days?
It's crazy, kids. Stay at home. No, it's been great. We've had a really good year. We find the startup community has been really busy in Montreal, so it's kept us on our toes, and a lot of innovative programs come out, so we've actually helped a lot of startups grow this year, and it's been good.
Excellent. What do you think about Accelerate Montreal this time around?
It is fantastic. I mean, the quality of speakers, the cohort this morning at Founder Fuel, it's just such a great event for Montreal.
What are we doing that we should be doing even better here in Montreal to have this connection with the Valley?
You know, I think about this is that in the last 5 years, the community has grown so much. I mean, when we first started doing these events, you'd have maybe 20 to 30 people show up, couldn't get any keynote speakers, and we didn't really have any successes. And now, 5 years later, there's close to $500 million worth of investment happening, more funds are out there. There's probably about 400 really good startups in town, so I think the community's just helped grow itself.
So you've seen a lot of our Canadian startups get up and go to the Valley?
We've lost a few, but they've come back. And actually what's really good is that a lot of the Canadian startups are actually being sought by the Valley because of the quality and talent of the people here.
Are there a lot more strategic alliances between the two? Are they working together?
I think there's a lot more investment. I think it's a lot more investment. I think the fact is that, and it's not a criticism of Montreal or Canada in general, is that, but in order to make it really big, you kind of have to do the US thing at some point. But we're going to try to change that.
What's some of the biggest challenges that we face going forward in the near future?
One of it is probably access to developer talent. We have a great pool here, but because of the popularity and amount of companies going in Montreal, that's changed, and so it's harder to hire good people. I think access to reasonable capital at a fast exchange is good. So there's a lot of government money out there and there's a lot of VC funding, but I think it takes a long time to get it. So that's a challenge.
Well, we're lucky to have you here for us, that you can lead us in the right direction. So it's really great speaking with you, Peter.
Well, thank you so much.
Enjoy the rest of Accelerate Montreal.
Thank you. And remember, VCTV is the only place on the web to get updates for anything regarding startups in North America.
Well, it's another success story for Accelerate Montreal. You certainly outdone yourselves. Chris Arsenault, James Cornway, the Real Ventures team, Chris Albinson and the C100, and Camille, we couldn't have done it without you. We've had some outstanding speakers and some great interviews. Thank you so much for being part of it. And if you liked our channel, don't forget you can subscribe to us on YouTube, and we're also on Facebook and on Twitter. And thank you for visiting VCTV, and come back again real soon.